What's going on YouTube? Is Ikenna from Elevated Ike, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a tutorial on how to make your own custom biker denim jacket. So you guys need to pull out that sewing machine because we're going to be sewing a lot. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to apply zippers, bleach a denim jacket, also redo sleeves on a denim jacket. So let's get into it. The first thing I did was bleach my jacket slightly. I wanted it to be a lighter shade of blue, so I just used a little bit of bleach and some cold water and soaked it in there for a couple of hours just to lighten it up a little bit. You guys don't have to do this, but if you want your jacket to be lighter, I would definitely recommend you just soaking it in some bleach overnight and then throwing it in the dryer and then continuing the process. Other items we'll be using during the tutorial is a pair of scissors, a zipper foot which should come with your sewing kit, your sewing machine, the regular presser foot, a seam ripper of course, and some zippers. For the zippers, I would highly recommend going on Etsy and searching Zip It Zippers. They are a zipper seller from Wisconsin. So these zippers that I'm using are YKK closed bottom number 5s, nickel teeth. So that nickel has a slight luster to it, which I really wanted. And since they're metal and not the regular nylon coils, they will last longer. They are also 7 inches in length. To prepare the jacket for the zipper installation, we're going to first start off by removing the cuff. So you want to take the seam ripper and just run all along the wrist area until you can just pull the cuff off of the jacket. I did this way because I wanted it to have a more grungy look to it, and it shortens the length of the sleeve so your hoodies and your sweaters stick out a lot more. Once you finish removing both cuffs, you want to take the seam ripper once again and begin to undo both seams of the arm. So one of the seams is going to be the one where it was attached to the button, which you just took off from the wrist cuff. And then there's another seam which is just basically like the structure of the jacket. So you want to undo those seams based on the length of your zipper. My zipper is 7 inches, so I'm going to do it a little bit less than 7 inches. Once you finish undoing the 2 seams on both arms of the jacket based on your zipper's length, then you want to take your closed up zipper. At the top there's going to be a little bit of extra fabric on the zipper. You want to line that up with the new fabric that we just exposed once we remove the wrist or the cuff of the jacket. On my jacket it's that darker blue area. So you line up the extra fabric on the zipper with that new extra fabric that we just got once we remove the wrist, and then you want to fold them on top of each other because this is going to create the new hem of the wrist area. So fold up the extra fabric on the zipper and the extra fabric that we just found on your jacket against each other to create a new hem later on. Once you folded the jacket and the zipper, you want to pin it down so you can get a guide of how you're going to sew your zipper onto your jacket. So right here I'm just pinning the zipper to give me a visual representation of what the jacket is going to look like. I'm making sure to give a little bit of extra room between the jacket and the teeth of the zipper. Now this is probably the most difficult part of this entire project. So this is actually my first time sewing zippers, and this is what I learned. So before you get to the zipper stopper, don't go past it, but undo the seam and stop slightly before the zipper stopper. Once you stop slightly before the zipper stopper, you want to take a pair of scissors and cut 2 diagonal lines on the fabric to create a sort of pointed triangle. Now with that pointed triangle, you're going to take the pointed part of it and you're going to fold it back into your jacket on top of the zipper. Now it's difficult to explain, so I will leave links in the description to a better video from a professional that focuses on applying zippers. It was a little difficult for me to do that and I messed up a little bit, but it's alright because this was definitely a learning experience. Once you finish pinning your zipper and doing the whole triangle rectangle folding process, you're going to want to use your zipper foot to sew the zipper onto your jacket. So the zipper foot is separated into 2 halves, the left side and the right side. So what you want to do is put the zipper foot on the side closest to the zipper that you're sewing on. So I'm sewing on the left zipper, so I'm going to put the zipper foot on the left side of the 2 halves. We're going to use a straight stitch with our zipper foot. On the left side of the zipper, the left zipper, we're going to sew a straight line. We're going to back stitch as usual to secure the zipper onto the jacket, but we're just going to sew a straight line from the beginning of the zipper all the way to where the zipper stopper is. So we're going to sew slightly past the zipper stopper, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right side of the zipper. So we're going to have basically 2 parallel lines. And then once we do that, we're going to turn the fabric and sew a line that intersects both of those lines. Here I switched to the zigzag presser foot just to finish any areas that I might have missed with the zipper foot. I'm also going to be using this zigzag foot to sew a straight horizontal line across the 2 parallel lines that we sewed on the left and the right side of the zipper. Turn the fabric and sew horizontally across both of those lines. So basically we're kind of connecting them together. Now we're just going to recreate the sleeve of the jacket by closing the original seam that we took apart earlier. So one way to do it is just following the exact old seam, basically sewing right back onto that seam to close it up. Or you can use the method that I showed you guys in my how to taper denim video. I basically tapered the sleeve to make it a little bit more fitted because the arms were a little too loose for me. So I used the how to taper denim video method. You can watch that video to learn how to do it. Final step is to create a simple hem at the wrist of the jacket. We basically already set it up when we folded the jacket and the zipper fabric and then sewed on top of it. What I did was just use a simple overlocking stitch to lock up the fraying of the edge, that raw edge that I had, and just completed that fold, and then use a straight stitch and just sew around the wrist to create a new hem. you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button below. Also leave a comment telling me what you thought about this project. What did you think about the crop sleeves? Would you rock this type of jacket? Also follow me on Instagram at Elevated Ike, because I will probably be posting pictures of a better representation of how I would style this jacket. Once again, I thank you guys for watching, taking the time out. It's been Ikenna from Elevated Ike. Until next time, peace.